Hello everyone. First of all, I welcome you all to this online class. In previous classes, we have studied about sets and their representation. Sets and their representation. First one was roster form and second one set builder form. Set builder form. We studied about equal sets. We studied about empty sets. We also studied about finite and infinite sets. Finite and infinite sets. All these forms they were discussed in previous classes. Today we shall discuss about some more terms associated with sets. We shall start with one example. Consider two sets x and y where x is equal to set of all students in your school and set y is set y is the set of all students in your class. Now what is the conclusion? X is the set of all students in your school, y is set of all students in your class. What we see here, we see that if a is one student which is or who is the student of your class, so we say a belongs to y. Okay, we are writing here if a is a student of your class, that is a belongs to y, it means a is also a student of your school, that is a also belongs to x. In mathematics we write this way: y is a subset of x. Okay, y is a subset of x. Mean to say we are using this symbol. Symbol is this. It means is a subset of, is a subset of. This is the meaning of this symbol. Y is a subset of x. It means if any element which belongs to set y, then this element also belongs to set x. It means x contains all the elements of y. So we can write this way also: x contains all the elements of set y. Okay, symbolically we write this way, and in words we write x contains all the elements of y. Okay, mean to say new term we are using here is subset. So this is the topic of the day. Our topic of the day is subsets. Symbolically we write if a and b are two sets, and if a is a subset of b, it means if a is any element of set a, implies a is also the element of set b. So symbolically this is the meaning of the subsets. To understand the topic of subsets in details, let us consider few examples. First of all, capital N. This represents the set of all natural numbers, or to say we can write 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. All these natural numbers, the collection of natural numbers that is inside the curly bracket. Z, Z mean the set of integers, or we can say -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. All these numbers inside the curly bracket, they are representing the set of integers. Q denotes the set of rational numbers where this is equal to all the numbers x such that x is equal to p upon q, where p and q both belongs to integers, and one more condition, this denominator q should not be equal to 0. This is the way how we can say q the set of rational numbers. Now here, what is the conclusion? The conclusion is that all the natural numbers, they are subset of z. Z mean the set of integers, because all integers, the set of all integers, they contain the set of all natural numbers. Moreover, we can say Q, the set of rational numbers, this contains all the integers also. So QZ is the subset of Q. Similarly, we can say about irrational numbers as well as real numbers. Here, what are real numbers? We denote the set of all real numbers by capital letter of English alphabet R, the set of all real numbers. We can also say this way, x such that x belongs to minus infinity to plus infinity, where x is equal to all numbers on the number line. So this is the representing the set of all real numbers. Similarly, if t denotes the set of all irrational numbers, that is x such that x belongs to r means the set of all real numbers, and x does not belong to rational numbers, the set of rational numbers, that is q. So this is the definition of the set of all irrational numbers. From these examples we are discussing about subsets. Okay, here from these examples the conclusion is that q mean the set of all rational numbers. They are, this set is a subset of real numbers. Okay, because all the elements of q, that is the set of rational numbers, they are also the elements of r, that is the set of all real numbers. Similarly, t t is the set of all irrational numbers. This set is the subset of real numbers, right? Here we also conclude that z is not a subset of natural numbers. Integers are not the subset of, so we use this symbol. Z is not a subset of n. Now next we shall discuss about intervals as subsets of R. R mean the set of all real numbers. Intervals. The very first interval, we start with one example. Suppose 2 to 3. This is inside the open bracket. Open bracket is used. So it means if x belongs to this bracket 2 to 3, so this implies x is less than 3, greater than 2. Okay, with the help of number line, how we can write this? Suppose this is the number line, minus infinity to plus infinity, this is 0, and after 0 this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So from this 2 to 3, in between all the numbers excluding 2 and 3, this part is the solution. Okay, so more precisely what we can say, we can say if x belongs to A to B, it means x is less than B and greater than A, right? Now, second interval, this was open interval, open bracket both sides. Now, next is we take one example, open closed bracket. The name of this interval is open closed interval. Numbers between 2 and 7. Here, what we say, if x belongs to this bracket, open closed bracket, it means x is less than or equal to 7 greater than 2, and x belongs to real numbers. Already we are taking this as real numbers. Okay, on a number line, how to write? Suppose we have the number line this way. This is minus infinity to plus infinity. Here suppose this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 2 to 7. 2 is here and 7 is here. Open bracket 2 to 7. So 7 is closed bracket. So 7 is also the part of the solution. 2 is not the part of the solution. This area after 2 up to 7 including 7 is the solution. Okay, this way we can represent the solution on the number line. More precisely again, how to write? We say if x belongs to A to B, open closed bracket, it means x is less than or equal to B greater than A. Next is next interval. Suppose we take here minus 3 to 2 closed open bracket. Here what we say, here if x belongs to this bracket, closed open bracket, minus 3 to 2, it means x is greater than or equal to minus 3 but less than 2. On the number line, how we can represent minus infinity to plus infinity, all the numbers. Here suppose this is 0, left side minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is minus 4. Okay, now what we are saying, closed open bracket, minus 3 closed bracket. So this part, this is darkened, but 2 is not darkened. 2 is not the part of the solution. From minus 3 up to 2, where minus 3 is also the part, all the numbers on this number line, they are the solution. Okay, this is the way how we can say. More precisely, again we can say if x belongs to closed open bracket, it means x is greater than or equal to A but less than B. Lastly, we have closed bracket, both side closed bracket. Suppose this is minus 2 to 5. Both side we use here closed bracket. So here, what is the conclusion? Here, if x belongs to this bracket, minus 2 to 5, closed bracket, closed on both sides, it means x is less than or equal to 5, greater than or equal to -2. And moreover, on the number line is this. Here again, minus infinity to plus infinity. Somewhere in the middle we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Left side -1, -2, -3. Okay, so again what we say, -2 is here because with -2 we have closed bracket, so this part is darkened. Here 5 is also the solution. 5 is also, this circle is also darkened. Each and every part of the number line in between -2 and 5, including -2 and 5, is the solution. Okay, so this way we can represent this number on the number line. Intervals as subsets of R. More precisely, what we are saying again, so we say if x belongs to closed bracket a to b, it implies x is less than or equal to b, greater than or equal to a. Now one new term we have, power set. We shall discuss about power set. What is power set? To know about power set, first of all we consider one example. Let A is any set. It has the elements A, E, I. These are the three elements in set A. Now we are writing all the subsets of this set. All the subsets. First of all, phi. Phi means empty set. Empty set is always the subset of every set. So phi is subset of A. Now taking single elements, that is only A, single element. This is the subset of set A. Again taking E, single element. E is again the subset of A. Taking next single element, that is I, inside the curly bracket. This is also a subset of A. A mean A, E, I. In place of A, we can also write A, E, I inside the curly bracket. Okay, now taking two elements together, that is how we can take. First of all, suppose A and E, we are taking A comma E. They are also, this set is also a subset of A. Or we can take the combination of A and I, that is A comma I. This set is also a subset of A. Or we can start from E, that is E and I is also a subset of A, right? More, there is nothing is left. Moreover, we can also say all the elements, that is set A itself, is also a subset of A. Okay, so what is A? We can also write this way, or writing all the elements A, E, I. This is also a subset of A. Okay, so how many total? These are total subsets we can take, we can have from this subset, from this given set. First, phi. Second, the complete set. Thirdly, single elements. Next, taking two elements together. All these are the subsets of this given set. What is the conclusion? Conclusion is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 sets are subsets of A. Okay, so A is called power set. Power set of all these subsets. What we do now, power set of A. Power set of A. We just write all the subsets inside the curly bracket. First subset is 5, second subset is A, single element, next is E, next is I, next is A comma E, next is A comma I, next is E comma I, and last is A E I. Writing all the subsets inside the curly bracket is called power set of A. Once again, writing all the subsets inside the curly bracket is called power set of A. Now one question we have. Question is, write down all the subsets of set A where elements of set A are A comma B. So first of all we start with phi. Phi is always the subset of every set. Second time we take single elements. Single element, first of all we take A, second time we take B, thereafter we take two elements, only two elements already there are, so A comma B. These are the subsets of the given set. Okay, so what about power set? Power set mean power set of A. Power set of A, that is, we write this way, power set of A is equal to, we just put this curly bracket outside the collection of all these subsets, that is phi comma A comma B comma A comma B, this way. So number of elements in the power set of A, they are 4. Conclusion is, the number of elements of power set of A is equal to 2 raised to power n. N mean the number of elements in set A. A has 2 elements. So 2 raised to power 2. 2 2s are 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 elements are there in power set of A. One very important question based on power set is, the question is, assume that power set of A is equal to power set of B. Show that A is equal to B. These two sets are equal. Here we start from left hand side. Assumption, let power set of A is equal to power set of B, and we say, suppose this is number 1. Here if x is any element of set A, it means if we insert curly bracket to this element, then this element becomes the element of power set of A, because element mean inserting this bracket, curly bracket, to the element of set A, then this becomes element of power set of A. Now again we can say that this x is also this also belongs to power set of B, because of this one, because of 1, right? Again reverse gear, what we can say, it means x belongs to B. So from here, starting from x belongs to A implies x belongs to B. So this conclusion from this is, A is a subset of B. Okay, as the very definition of A is a subset of B is, if A belongs to A implies A also belongs to B. Okay, So this is the case. Now again, if we suppose like this, again, if y is any element which belongs to, in place of a we write here b, right? So this implies, now again inserting this curly bracket, this becomes the element of power set of b. Okay, and again this implies that this y belongs to, in place of power set of b we write power set of e, because of 1, because these two are equal. In place of power set of b we write power set of a. So again conclusion is y belongs to a. Okay, so what we say here again, b is a subset of a, right? So from these two cases, number 1 is this and number 2 is this, what we say conclusion is a is equal to b. That's all. Thank you very much.